Hello, welcome to another episode of New Gameplay Today. I am your host, Jeff Cork, joined today by Leo Vader.
Hey.
Freaking finally. And Suriel Vasquez.
Hi.
Hi. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well today, Cork.
So we're looking at some Destiny 2 multiplayer. Specifically, what are we looking at?
We are looking at 2 new maps.
All right. And these, you told us before we started recording, you single-handedly took your team to victory.
That's right.
Through your excellent play style.
That's exactly what I told you.
We're going to see right here some pro strats courtesy of you.
Oh, absolutely. Fun tips here.
All right, so you're going to want to go to the right.
Yeah. Every time.
The guy.
Oh, Suriel, is that really you?
It's like
really
skeet
me.
shooting.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
These are pawns. These are your playthings.
That's
going
right.
to tell Dad that guy's name was.
Yeah, I'm having a good day.
All right.
So, I mean, they don't really change too much about the structure. This is obviously a clash where you just have to kill a bunch of people, and they show off some of the power ammo locations here. I do like this map quite a bit just because it is just a lot of very winding hallways. Like here, you see I flank them, which you want to do in Destiny. You want to flank
Look at that.
people.
Boom.
Oh my
That guy
Lord.
must hate your name. And popped up. He's like, oh, that guy again. So are you playing? This was at an event, correct?
This was at an event where they had several members of the press playing.
Okay. Did they have your actual character?
No, they didn't.
Oh.
I wanted to use my actual character. But
Is this
no.
one worse even than your actual character? Or
No,
better?
I think they were at 305, which is sort of the current power limit that you can have in the game.
But the expansion's going to raise that, correct?
Yes, you will have, I want to say, 30 more light that you can acquire.
Brains and brawn over here, Cork. Can you believe this guy?
I know, right? So does that do it for you? 330 light? Is that a good amount?
It depends on how they.
Is that enough?
It depends on how they meter it out, because one of the things with Destiny is that they sort of change from a just keep grinding and you'll eventually get new things to sort of a more do X number of things every week. So I imagine like 30 more light is maybe going to be somewhere around, I don't know, 4 to 5 weeks of like those weekly rotations, which I guess is fine, but it doesn't necessarily sort of
Fix the problem?
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily fix the problem of like once you have done your weekly rotation of like powerful engrams, you really don't have that much to do from purely the increase in the light level. Obviously, there's other stuff we've shown off. There's the new area in Mercury. There's a new campaign, some new guns. But I do play a lot of Crucible. These maps I think do a pretty good job of sort of giving you sort of new venues, because I think one of the things missing from Destiny 2's current map set is just a map, well, A, on Titan, and B, one that sort of has a mix of very tight hallways and open spaces, and I think this does a pretty good job of having those. Like right here, you can see there's a big sort of choke point here. Yeah. But there is an obvious exit, like as I show you right here. And so I did enjoy this map more than most of the other ones in base Destiny 2. You can also see a new gun there. It's a future war cult version of the origin story, or at least that's what it felt like to me. It looks very similar. But it's got a nice little new color scheme.
Does that make any sense to you, Leo?
What?
What he just said?
It's all mumbo jumbo. I don't even like video games, dude.
That's true.
But I can tell this is the best gamer I've ever seen.
That's true. But yeah, so here you can see it's a little bit of the some of the campaign stuff you saw with the sort of the spread of the infection here on Titan. You can see it's still here, but a lot. What I like about this map also is that in Clash, the power locations I think are usually in like these very obvious choke points where people can see you from different angles, and here it feels like this might just be people not figuring out the actual power locations, but it seems like the power ammo is in locations where you don't feel super vulnerable, but there are those avenues for stopping someone.
Oh, okay.
Which I like. Also here we're just routing them, which is, I don't know.
So like when you were playing at this session in particular, the capture was probably not getting it if it was going on. Were you guys communicating as you were playing, or was everyone pretty silent?
So our team, I think our 2 teams, because there were 16 players, I think, so there were 2 sort of matches going on simultaneously.
Yeah.
I don't think there was a lot of talking between the people in our matches, but there definitely was another match that had people who were friends with each other, who were constantly not necessarily making call outs of like, oh, he's over here, but like just sort of like, I got you, or like just being very
Rude?
very rude. Yes,
Very
that's
rude.
Gamers? Speaking of rude gamers,
Yeah.
you won't let these guys live for a second.
No, I don't want them to. I would prefer that they'd be dead.
Yeah.
That's sort of my philosophy when playing multiplayer.
Oh, and likewise.
That's fair.
Yeah, I do die a few times, but
You die strategically, though.
yeah, I plan that death.
Yeah.
So this guy takes my power ammo.
That sucked.
Yeah, I know. That was obviously mine, even though I was last in line for it.
Yeah.
I do like some of their like generic names, like bold as dirt, going to tell dad. Oh no, you didn't.
Oh, so you did not pick your fake
These are not my
disposable
name.
account?
No, they just had these accounts.
I love that trip mine.
Yeah, trip mines. I make frequent use of trip mines.
You're having a good day? That's your name?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
having a good day.
Okay.
Yeah, but what's your name, Suriel?
Oh man, who's
You
on
can
first?
punch that one up a little bit and
Yeah.
add some laughs.
Yeah.
Add a laugh track in there.
Or maybe a, oh.
But yeah, this they didn't.
That
this
was
is-
terrible.
This
Yeah,
cheating.
yeah, I died. This was unfair, and I reported him to Bungie by telling, hey, he killed me.
Yeah.
they were
So
right
this
there.
new
so
map is broken.
yeah.
Yep.
They're
I asked them straight up, like, hey, are you going to do anything about the fact that was bullshit? Like, is that?
It was straight up BS.
Yeah, and they said we're implementing a patch so that doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah.
buff you.
Yeah, that's right. They buffed me at the event.
Cool.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
So there's
Wow, evasive maneuvers. You know
Yeah.
when to cut and run. I like that. I respect
Yeah.
that about you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't time to...
I will say
Stand
that
your
like
ground.
playing against press
Yeah.
isn't necessarily like the hugest mark of honor, but like it's just simple things like disengaging immediately and flanking people is just the sort of the two basic tenets of thing. If you want two tips from a pro player about Destiny 2,
Yeah.
is if you get shot, if you see two people, run away. If you get shot more than they shoot you initially, try to run away, and also go around corners to flank people.
You're also going to want to play against press whenever possible?
That's
Is
right.
that-
They are adding press only queues to Destiny 2.
for people who are just kind of onboarding with the Destiny
Yeah.
experience, like a soft landing zone.
Right.
Okay.
As with real gaming press this way, there are no credentials to getting into the press playlist. You just sort of tell them you work at GameStop or something, and
Some
then-
kind of blog or whatnot.
yeah. Just link them to your blog, and you'll get into this playlist. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything here for this map. If you want to move on to the next,
I would love to see
No,
another
it's
map.
25 seconds left.
All right.
guys.
Well, we're gonna see this map to this.
You
game
just
is
knew you were about to
concluding.
die, Suriel.
Yeah, that's.
can move
I
on.
really wanted to save
Oh.
myself the embarrassment of dying in that particular instance, even though I've died like 4 or 5 times here.
That was the rough one, though.
Yeah.
Double their score. Did you get
Not
interviewed
quite.
by like sports
One of
broadcasters or
the
anything
people
after
you're matching up agaast?
Yeah, they started interviewing me by the end of the match.
that? Why'd you beat my little butt so bad? Those press members, man.
That's a great
Yeah.
question, though. Do you have a
Why'd you-
follow-up?
I'll take my answer off the
So we got a bunch of new gear and Crucible tokens, obviously.
air. Rare gear. Look at you.
Interesting.
Got all this stuff. Didn't do the most damage, but did pretty well overall.
I'm proud of you.
I'm
Thanks,
really
Leo.
proud of you.
Oh, I had to one up me, Cork.
He had a 2.63 efficiency rating, which in my book is pretty darn good.
Thank you, Cork.
So tell me about this other map, Suriel.
This next map is called Pacifica, and it's also on Titan. Some of you might remember some of this architecture from Titan, the public area where you can walk around and do quests and stuff, but they've retooled it a bit for multiplayer,
I showed
as you can see. Teams have been switched up this time. Don't Look Now and is now my buddy. Before he was a bad guy. So the team dynamics are totally different.
Right,
You should
you
get
guys-
excited about that.
Patched it up a little bit. That's
Yeah.
good. Okay, so this one is another BS level.
Yeah.
As we're learning.
Like I should never die is sort of the problem with Destiny 2 is that no one should ever die.
I wouldn't have died there. That's
Yeah.
what I'm going to tell you in the comments. Don't worry.
Right. Pre-patch, obviously. So yeah, this map is also like I never really got the hang of this map, I think, just finding out its different corridors, but I did like sort of like some of the it's weird to say nostalgia for a game that came out this year, but just like, hey, I recognize how this thing looks from doing other quests.
Yeah.
And so that part was pretty cool. That tripwire grenade didn't do anything also. But, you know, same guns. But I do like that it has, again, like a mix of very nice corridors and a lot of open spaces. But I like that it is multi-tiered a little bit. So, like, you have multiple floors that like give you like these vantage points here. And a lot of the outside areas also have like multiple entry points, so it feels like you can get lost in this map, I think, more easily than in other maps, which isn't necessarily like a great thing, but I like that it is more complex than we've seen from other maps. Right now I have no idea what's going on the screen, so I just run away. Like there are multiple explosions upon multiple explosions, so I just book it out.
I noticed on this map you're doing this thing where you're kind of jerking you're kind of moving left and right, and you're really like you're a bird.
Yeah,
it makes me want to barf.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I don't know if that's a personal thing. Maybe
that's how pro gamers do it.
Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea if that's the case whatsoever.
The birdie jerk.
The birdie jerk. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a little better. This reminds me of Volskaya Industries, kind of.
Oh wow.
Yeah, from Overwatch. Yeah.
That's my contribution.
I think part of me is always super cautious about like getting sort of flanked, so I'm always sort of doubling back, making sure that if someone's flanking me, I want to make sure I'm prepared. So I end up doubling back a lot.
Okay, I take it back. It doesn't make me want to barf.
Okay,
proud of you. You did good.
I have no idea if that's an actual like workable strategy that you should use, but it's something that I definitely am noticing it watching myself play.
And you just kind of like poke in and then run away. I like that. I'm more stubborn. I will, like, as soon as I see an enemy, that engagement is going to end with one of us dying, and it's almost always me. So
more so than victory, you just want someone dead. You don't care if it's you.
Yeah.
If it's the other person, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, they wouldn't have called this clash if they didn't want us to do this.
That's true. I think that ties in a lot to sort of Destiny's change to multiplayer, where because the time to kill is
come on.
Double plate.
Oh! Don't even give me a break.
Sorry, guys.
Oh no,
that's a
no. You didn't.
They've had enough.
You're in the lead. Come on, greedy. Save stuff for everybody else.
At this point, I got very guilty about my lead and started not killing someone.
Are you gonna go stand in a corner and emote?
Yeah, I love emoting more than pretty much anything in Destiny 2, so I just do it the rest of the match.
Yeah, absolutely.
The changes to sort of Destiny 2's multiplayer, where the time to kill is different enough
that feels good right there.
If you see two people, you basically run away.
Yeah.
And basically, if you don't win the initial like burst, if you're lower the health than your opponent, you usually want to run away. Except for this guy who couldn't hit me, so I was able to melee him 3 times. Usually you don't get away with that, but
you're playing against press.
That's true. Yeah,
a bunch of me.
Don't try this at home.
Yeah,
it won't work.
Jeff Cork's 1 through 7.
Exactly.
Yeah, one of the things I do like to do with the tripwire grenade is just throw it wherever I'm running, and just like if they're following me, they're just gonna get hit by a grenade, which doesn't always work out. But
when it does,
that's one thing that Leo might notice on PC is that I wasn't able to really target that guy because he flew right over me, which isn't something you can do as easily on PC because of the aiming.
Well, maybe you can.
Well, yeah. Well, maybe once Leo plays on console, he'll just show everyone how it works. Speaking of which, I am particularly proud of this moment.
Jeez, oh man.
I'm getting. That's the max number of kills you can get with that thing. So
that's 3 by my count.
Yeah.
That's 3 negative reviews of Destiny 2.
Yeah.
I don't know why this overcharged stuff is in the game still.
Yeah. They've probably already reviewed the game, but they are now going on Metacritic and review bombing it because they died in the expansion.
This is the real review.
Someone from the press going on Metacritic and saying, disregard my actual professionally written opinion and take into account this thing instead. That's how you do it. That's how you get hired, by the way.
That's how we all do it.
Yeah, that's how I got hired. Just review bombed every game I could think of until Matt Burtz noticed me and gave me a job. Said, you seem to be pretty prolific, if nothing else.
Yeah, you fly off the handle nicely.
Yeah, we could use that here, and so now I have a job.
Ta-da!
Great.
So now what are we looking at? Just making your rounds?
Yeah, there's a period of time where I think that the two teams were just rolling together and could not find each other. So we just wander the map, not really knowing where the enemy team
Map's
is.
too big. Try again, Bungie.
Yeah.
You blew it.
Yeah, I want to say like everything bad that I perform is a result of their bad design, instead of me just not knowing what I'm doing. But yeah, I like this map. I'm not entirely sure. I think I prefer the other map a little more.
This reminds me of Watchpoint Gibraltar.
Is this expansion coming with any new modes that you know of? Any new Crucible modes?
As far as I know, they didn't mention any new modes. But this version of the game is sort of implementing the most recent patch that lowered a lot of the score counts. So you only have to get to 50 instead of 75, I think it used to be for Clash. Yeah, I would like to see some of the modes return from Destiny 1, but maybe not sort of the vehicle-based stuff, because I think most people agree that the vehicle-based modes in Destiny 1 were kind of bad, just because like the maps are too big and sort of getting killed by a vehicle is not fun when you're not on one. But there are a couple of other modes. One mode that I would like to see make an introduction is Halo had a thing called multi-team, where you were split up with one partner and there were basically 4 teams of 2 people, and that was probably my favorite mode in the old Halo titles.
Yeah,
but,
that's interesting.
I would like to see it in Destiny because I don't really play much of Halo anymore, but I do play Destiny, so I'd like to see it here.
All right, change.org. Sign that petition.
Thanks, Obama.
Even just more things for different numbers of people to do would be interesting, because you never have exactly 3 in my experience.
Yeah, I mean they're not really changing too much about the playlist, so you still have sort of the 2 playlists where it's quick play and competitive, which some people don't like because it doesn't give them enough variety. Here I try to run away from that guy super and don't do it, so I die. But I personally don't have an issue with that, because I do like just having the one option of just like, I either want to be not serious or serious about playing this game, so I'm going to go on quick play or competitive, and then just I'm fine with most of the modes. But I would like to see more modes in general, just because recently I've played way too much Control, and I'm not a fan of Control over. I prefer Supremacy and I like Clash, but I'm not a big fan of Control.
You have supremacy.
Yeah.
Over these inferior
That's right.
gamers.
And so I emote, say everybody calm down.
Once again, you won by yourself.
I single-handedly brought our team to victory.
Nice carry.
It's good that everyone else was there to watch. And your efficiency, 3.14.
Yeah, it's higher than I did last
Little
time.
math nerd joke for all you weirdos out there.
That's right. 3.14.
Yeah.
I
Number of the
definitely
beast.
pied somebody. Is that a joke?
And on that note, Suriel, thanks for nothing.
Yeah,
And
I apologize.
Leo,
We will not be releasing this one.
trash pie. All right, thanks for recording this, Leo.
Thank you.
Thanks for playing so well, Suriel. You did us so proud.
Thanks for having me.
We're so pleased with your
I'm glad to
performance.
rep the Game Informer brand.
Absolutely. And thanks to you, the viewer, for watching.
Thank you.
Bye.